First start on a Detroit rock crusher in probably 3.5, 4 years. See if it'll fire up. I just got the starter put back together. Oh. Wasp nest. You're about to be real upset here in a second. Okay. Here we go. I was gonna run away on me there. Fired right up. I thought I was gonna run away for a second. Cool. So just to clarify, that Detroit diesel that I just started was on a crusher plant, rock crusher plant, a jaw crusher, and it hasn't been started in, I think he said, for 3, 4, maybe 5 years, I think. He thought the starter solenoid was bad, replaced it, and then still wouldn't crank over. But what had happened was the starter Bendix was actually frozen inside the housing, or I'm sorry, froze on the shaft there. So when you engage the solenoid, it would sound like it was clicking inside, which makes him think that it was working, but just something else was wrong. Well, what really was happening was that solenoid was only going forward so far, and it wasn't making contact with the two terminals on the inside of the solenoid that jump the power between your posts for your starter. So real quick way that I tested that was I could jump a power wire to the solenoid and figure out, yep, solenoid's clicking, and then I could also jump power to the from the main stud on the starter solenoid to the main stud on the starter itself, get the starter to spin. So I know the starter itself would spin. So then I took and touched the two together to try to make it do the thing, and you could hear it spinning, you could hear it click, but it wouldn't engage into the flywheel or into the ring gear. So that tells me there that that was not moving far enough forward, which also would not let it have contact inside that solenoid to contact the 2 points and make it start on it. I guess that's the best way to put it, really. So basically all I did was I took the new solenoid back off of it, removed the starter from the engine, sprayed some lube in there, and worked that Bendix back and forth. Got it freed up to where it would move freely, stuck it back together, put solenoid back on, all the cables and everything, fired right up. Now, to complete that job, I'll have to go back at some point so we can do a walk around of that plant later on, but I have to go back to that and actually build a control panel, because control panel that's on it is rusted and it's almost fallen off. It needs a temp gauge, oil pressure gauge and stuff. When up there, the video shows the oil pressure is actually working, but the gauge is, I don't know how much I trust it. So I'd rather just redo all that because we want to start making gravel with this plant. So we need to make it to where this plant is reliable. So with that being said, I'll go back through and make a control panel for it, and get it back to where he can use it reliably. Thanks for watching. See you at the next job.